The U.S. would be reportedly willing to support pinpoint Israeli raids targeting senior Hamas leaders in and under Rafah. But the report in Politico also says the U.S. is opposed to a large-scale IDF operation in the city. ILTV's Devil Klein has more.
U.S. President Joe Biden and other senior U.S. officials have expressed opposition to an IDF operation in Rafah unless the estimated 1.4 million civilians in the city can be safely evacuated. U.S. officials have requested that Israel provide clear plans ensuring this will happen. According to Politico, the U.S. would be willing to support pinpoint Israeli raids targeting senior Hamas leaders in and under Rafah, but not a large-scale invasion of the city. Israeli officials, including Prime Minister Netanyahu, have insisted repeatedly that an operation to destroy remaining Hamas brigades in Rafah is the only way to win the war and take down Hamas. Speaking after a reported IDF strike on an UNRWA facility, Blinken said protecting civilians must be Israel's #1 priority.
The Israeli military, the Israeli government have a responsibility and an obligation to do everything possible to ensure that the humanitarians can do their jobs. And among other things, that means making sure that if there's a humanitarian facility that's clearly identified, it's not struck. It means making sure that if there's a supply mission, a convoy, trucks going to a particular place at a particular time, that the Israeli military does everything possible to ensure its secure passage.
Israeli officials insist that Israel is making extraordinary efforts to cooperate with international humanitarian efforts and blames UN agencies and Hamas with preventing the aid from reaching civilians.
Israel's mission in what pertains to the humanitarian aid to the Palestinian civilians is one. We inspect the trucks coming in, and we have excess capacity to inspect those trucks coming in. Whenever there's a backlog of humanitarian aid waiting to be distributed, it's on the Gazan side of the border. And we saw that by relying on certain UN bodies, so to say, the mechanism hasn't been functioning, hasn't been working as it should, because they were reliant on Hamas.